So, Shirin, what do you think? I mean, if I want to develop certain hobbies, how should I go about it?
Things that I am saying are not only for your instant happiness, but these are something to build a habit of happiness for your life.
That is amazing, by the way. The brain function is getting better, memory is getting better when you are learning new things. So, what exactly is happening there in the brain?
Unlike many other organs in our body, brain has a capacity to change structurally. This phenomenon is known as neuroplasticity.
Okay, so how to learn new things? I mean, how to get into that habit?
Many people get so overwhelmed whenever we talk about learning new things. And it is understandable, because
Often people confuse between hobby and skill. Yeah? So they think these two are pretty much the same. So I would like you to explain a little bit how these two are different from each other.
Let me ask you something fun. So, what is the weirdest thing that you have learned in your life?
Hello and welcome to the new episode of our podcast From You to You. Here we discuss all the possibilities of becoming the best version of you, physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. I am Afreen Khan, an internationally certified yoga teacher and a healthy lifestyle coach.
Hey there, I am Shirin Khan and I am a certified life coach.
Now, I would like to understand the habits which we can develop, rather anabolic type of habits,
Yeah,
which would also lead us to happiness.
of course. Yeah. So, first thing that comes to my mind is developing your hobbies. Okay. It is so funny that how we often, most of the time, not even often, overlook hobbies. So, we are spending 8 to 10 hours, maybe more, at a workplace. We are doing jobs or have business or whatever. So, when we come back home, we want to rest. Okay. And we see hobbies as an additional task.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unnecessary often.
Unnecessary, of course. So it sounds very simple. Okay, we hear that often, develop hobbies, develop hobbies. But if we would know what exactly hobbies do internally to your health and how it boosts your happiness, I am sure we all will be inclined to do so.
You are right, because I often, when I ask someone about hobbies,
Yeah.
the answer I get is, oh, hobbies are for kids. We are grown up now.
Yeah.
So people feel,
It's funny.
yes, people feel after reaching a certain age,
Yeah.
they are not supposed to have hobbies, or maybe it's okay not to have them. But I get you, I feel you when you say that hobbies play a major role in adding up to our happiness. So, Shirin, what do you think? I mean, if I want to develop certain hobbies, how should I go about it?
So before we discuss about how to develop a hobby, first let's understand what do I mean here by hobby. So many people think like hobbies have to be something that their friends are doing or maybe their family is doing or their kids are doing, so they have to participate in that. When I say hobbies here, what I mean by that is something you genuinely love to do, something that genuinely fills your heart with happiness when you do them. So for this, you have to really go back in time when you were a kid, when time was not a constraint for you. So you used to participate in so many things.
Yeah.
So we are not just talking about, painting or craft or something, but really digging deep, because I think childhood has an answer of what hobby to take up.
Yeah.
Because growing up, whatever we enjoy doing the most, that's what we should be doing as an adult as well, and take up at least as an hobby if there is no option to take it up as a career.
Yeah.
Because that will fill us with happiness.
Yeah.
It is very important for you to really enjoy, because then only your reward system in the brain will be activated. So when you are doing any activity that you really, really enjoy, it releases a neurotransmitter dopamine. It makes you feel pleasure.
Yeah.
And when you do the activity which you really love, it will give you boost to do more. So often, you must have experienced this. Say for example, you have not done an activity for a really long time, like not gone on a long drive for a really long time, and you really love to do that. So after a couple of months or couple of years, you go do that with your friends, you go on really nice drive, and you listen to music and do the things that you used to do. Naturally the sentence comes from your mouth is, oh, we should do this more often.
Yeah.
So this is what your dopamine reward system is. Once you do an activity that you have really enjoyed, it want to do it all the more. If you really really closely listen to what your body and mind is trying to tell you, you will automatically start nurturing your hobby because it's giving you dopamine. So the more dopamine, the more pleasure you get out of it, the more you want to do this activity. So this is how you can, cultivate a habit of following through and, participating in the hobbies that make you happy. So hobbies are totally for your self happiness, I would say, for your own happiness. It has maybe nothing to do with anybody around. So
Yeah.
this is something you do for self care, for making yourself happy from within. Because once you are happy, then you can maybe participate with much more happiness in the activities of other people around you. You show up better at work, and in general, you have a happy vibe.
Yeah, I think if I talk about myself, my hobbies, they keep the child in me alive.
Of course.
Yeah, and my hobbies also keep me alive in general. It makes me feel happy and lively, you know. So yeah, I totally understand your point.
I always, take any point like what it does to an individual and how it has impact on other people around us as well. So obviously, like if you enjoy a hobby which involves even other people, like for example playing basketball, it makes you develop better relationship with other people as well, and you have like this group or set of people that you all can be happy together. So it also helps you in building good relationship with the people around you,
Yeah.
and that is added benefit and added happiness to you. Not only this, research also suggests that having hobbies like playing a musical instrument can improve your memory, and having creative hobbies like craft or painting can prevent dementia when you grow old. So there's a lot of scientific research as well when it comes to developing your hobbies and how it impacts your overall health and happiness.
So, Shireen, hobbies, totally get it, and I completely agree with whatever that you said. Personally, hobbies keep me active,
Yeah.
positive, optimistic, often happy, right?
Yeah.
Every time I feel disappointed or down due to any reason, I indulge myself into my
Yeah,
hobby.
you can find your own
Yeah,
small piece of happiness.
exactly. It's like my happy place
Yeah.
when I'm doing things that I love to do and I have been doing since I was a kid. So yeah, that I completely agree. It's a therapy in a way.
Yeah.
Now moving forward, apart from hobby, what is that next thing you feel we should be doing in 2025 to boost our happiness?
Things that I am saying are not only for your instant happiness, but these are something to build a habit of happiness for your life.
Right.
Right? So, the fourth habit that one can build for long lasting happiness is learning new things.
Right.
Henry Ford said, anyone who keeps learning stays young.
Correct.
From this sentence, I remember one study that I read some time back. So, there was this research conducted on 221 people aged between 60 to 90 years. They were divided in three groups. First group took up new activities which they had never done before, like digital photography or quilting. And second group did the activities which they had been doing, like hobbies. For example, listening to music, solving puzzles, etc. And the third group was asked to participate in social activities like going on trips with friends, etc. So, all these three groups did the assigned activities for 15 hours every week. And after 3 months, the first group, which participated in learning new things, showed improve memory.
Wow.
Yeah, not only this, there is so much research which indicates that by learning new thing, you can improve your memory and cognitive function.
That is amazing, by the way. The brain function is getting better, memory is getting better when you are learning new things. So, what exactly is happening there in the brain?
So, Afrin, unlike many other organs in our body, brain has a capacity to change structurally. This phenomenon is known as neuroplasticity. So, our brain is capable of generating new neurons throughout its lifetime. It is called neurogenesis. So, brain is constantly developing new nerve pathways, which can lead into improved cognitive function and better memory. It is with all our organs. If you don't use it, you will lose it. Same thing goes with brain. If you are not exercising your brain, as you grow old, you will experience memory loss. That's a given. So, in order for your brain to be healthy, you have to actively involve yourself in learning new things. If you will not use your brain cells, there will be atrophy.
Okay, so how to learn new things? I mean, how to get into that habit?
Yes, I have experienced this. Many people get so overwhelmed whenever we talk about learning new things. And it is understandable, because we all are doing something primarily like our job or a business or something, to just get by or make money. And on top of that, if we would ask them to take up one more task or learn new things, it is daunting.
Yeah.
And it's understandable. But where we can start at is learning a complementary skill to something that you are already doing. So, for example, like you are a photographer and you also learn to maybe edit if you are a graphic designer, and so far you have been editing pictures or creating static graphics, and you now want to learn the motion picture, you want to edit movies.
Yeah.
So that is an additional skill. So this way, not only you will learn something new, but also it will give boost to your existing career. So it will be a next step for you.
Yeah.
And it is very practical. It will give you sense of accomplishment as well at the same time.
Correct.
Another way you can learn something is by teaching someone. First of all, you have to identify what you are interested in, because if you are interested in learning something new, it will make it fun. So you will not feel like it's a burden or it's a pressure that you have to learn, like how most of us felt in school.
Yeah.
Because maybe we were more interested in sports, more interested in music, but we had to read all those books
Maths.
and give all those exams, right?
Yeah.
So it should not be school all over again. So you should pick something that you are genuinely interested in and you want to develop those skills further. So that is the most important part of learning new things. So how you can learn is like maybe you can hire a coach or a mentor that will help you in identifying what you should be learning next and how learning new thing will aid into your career and how it fit in your routine.
Yeah.
No matter what you pick up to learn, okay, keep a goal for yourself, because if you do not have a goal, then you will not feel like you have made any progress. And if your brain does not feel sense of accomplishment, you would not want to continue. Not only keep track of your progress, but also reward yourself if you accomplish the goals of learning. And taking up a course, there are a lot of online courses available, free or with very little fee. So you can explore those. I mean, these are pretty self-explanatory. We all know if we want to learn a course, we can go online nowadays and then learn.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is something we can do. You're right. Online is like an ocean of knowledge,
Of course.
and different things you can learn. And
But we utilize it for entertainment more
Yeah.
often than learning.
Yeah, so
That's the sad part.
Shireen, there is one more thing. Often people confuse between hobby and skill. Yeah?
Yeah.
So they think these two are pretty much the same. So I would like you to explain a little bit how these two are different from each other.
Okay, like I explained earlier, hobbies are something that you really, really enjoy doing. So you are doing it only for the pleasure of doing it. Maybe you are not even expecting any outcome. Say, for example, cooking. So obviously, outcome is maybe delicious food that you are learning, but in the process you are enjoying and your dopamine is getting released. So caring about the outcome.
Right.
So also your hobbies could be your skills as well, but here you are focusing on getting an outcome, getting a desired outcome, because you want to utilize them to further your career maybe or your personal life. So for example, when you love to cook, so that is your hobby, but now that you are very good at cooking, you aspire to be a chef, so that becomes your skill. Afrin, I think we indulged in a very serious talk today for some reason. It's New Year. It was supposed to be a very happy episode. We are talking about happiness, but I feel like it took a very serious turn. Okay, so just to lighten it up, let me ask you something fun. So, what is the weirdest thing that you have learned in your life? Talking about learning new things.
Okay. So there is one thing not many people know about it. Hardly anybody knows about it actually. I learned it so that is I am a certified radio jockey.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. And I really was fascinated by radio jockeying and how the way they talk, their communication, their voice modulation, the script, and everything. So, out of nowhere, because I was fascinated and I was interested in it, one day I just went to the institute, got enrolled myself in it, and I got the certificate. So I am a certified radio jockey.
Wow, that's wonderful to know. And now that I am hearing this for the first time, and I know you for a long time, you have never been a radio jockey in your life, but now with the podcasting, you are balancing it out, whatever you learned and couldn't do that time.
Yeah.
So something that you learn can never go to a waste.
Exactly. I think sometimes you feel like learning few things intuitively.
Yeah.
Okay, because somewhere deep down you have that interest, you have that pull towards that thing, and I think we should not ignore it. So I had this pull, an urge, I would say, to experiment with my voice communication, and I just took a step. I learned it. I never really felt I'm going to use it because after that I got into MBA, completely a different field, business administration. So I had no idea it's going to be useful ever. The certificate was just lying there in my folders.
Yeah.
But now, yes, with we doing this podcast, I'm able to use whatever that I learned, some of the skills that I learned there. So feel grateful really, and I think anybody, anyone who feel a pull,
Yeah.
right, they should pay an attention and work on that skill.
Of course. You know what is the weirdest thing that I have learned and nobody knows about it? I have a diploma in paint technology.
Wow, how is that even related?
It has no relation to whatever I did in my life. Okay. So I have this genuine love for colors and art, and somehow I felt like it is relevant to my those skills. So basically, the diploma in paint technology means I know everything about the colors, especially the colors that we use for interior and exterior paintings for our homes and buildings. The technological part, how to apply and the thickness and everything. So
the components,
everything.
Wow, you can literally build a factory, paint factory.
Of course, if I decide to use my diploma.
I strongly believe whatever we learn, it never goes to waste.
Of course, I do believe. And sometimes you are learning just to enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
It does not always have to mean anything. So, yeah, it was fun learning.
I understand.
So, let me just recap. So, the four things that we said we can do in 2025 to make us more happy. Number one is managing your anger. Number two, understanding your jealousy and managing it in a better way, and also handling jealous people in a better way. Number three is developing hobbies. Number four is learning new things.
Yeah, simple things, but great impact.
Of course.
Yeah, I think all these things, we all have them. We all need to learn to manage them, do it in a better way, right?
Yeah.
So, great talk, very useful. This is it in today's episode. I hope you like it. Guys, these episodes we make out of so much love, and we strongly believe that these, whatever that we share might be able to help you in some or the other way. If you wish to continue to grow with us and don't want to miss even a single episode, please do subscribe our channel if you haven't done it yet. We are also there on audio platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcast. So if you are someone who is listening the podcast, please do go there and check us out. And we will be back next week. Okay, until then, keep working on yourself and stay fit.